Hey all, here at OS Reviews. You're watching our hands-on review of the SIMGOT MT3. These are IEMs, or in-ear monitors, that claim to have hi-fi audio quality, and it sells for around 60 to 70 bucks. Now what's cool here is the design, because the IEMs themselves are semi-transparent, so you can kind of see the wires going into it. It's using a 10mm magnetic circuit coil driver, as opposed to, say, the more popular dynamic driver. SIMGOT claims that this produces higher quality and detail within the sound. Some final remarks about the technical specifications. It has a frequency response range of 15 to 40,000 Hz, which is extremely wide, and they also claim to have a V-shaped sound signature, which means that it has a good amount of bass with a little bit of recession in the mid-range, and we can see that this is indeed just the transparent, clear edition of the MT3s. We have the IEMs presented right on top. They're really emphasizing the transparent design here, just because even the 3.5mm jack has a transparent rubber coating around it. As you can see there, it makes gripping it a little easier and also gives a very distinctive look even for the cable. What you will notice though is that the cable does not have an included microphone or remote control, so you can't use it for answering phone calls. Now the other compartment also holds a soft carrying pouch that includes the spare silicone tips that you can get a more custom fit with, the individual rubber tips and domes, as you can see here, that are organized by the size and also claim to change the sound a little bit. For example, Ear Tip Style 2 enhances the bass versus Style 1, which emphasizes the high-end frequency and trebles. This is a crystal clear sound. This is more of a bassy sound. So you can choose the dome design that you prefer. Very interesting. It tells you how to attach them and how to actually insert the silicone tips. And also we have a quick instruction manual that says, "Salute to art and science." Overall, it's a very delicate and beautiful presentation. And now a closer look at the design of the IEMs themselves. Again, we have a very interesting acrylic transparent shell. You can see kind of the drivers underneath. But on the front, we also have a bottom portion that's made out of aluminum, so it still gives it a very premium overall feel. As far as the ergonomics are concerned, just like other in-ear monitors, they are extremely comfortable. The earbuds themselves are relatively lightweight, thanks to the use of the plastic shell as opposed to being fully aluminum, and they do have an ergonomic tilt to the ear tips, creates a very tight seal and good noise isolation. Moving into audio quality, overall I'm impressed. For IEMs under $100, I would say that sound quality is definitely good compared to the competition from brands like Shure, One More, so on and so forth. It definitely has very good bass, especially with the Type 2 ear tips. If you're playing back some IDM type music or pop music, the bass can definitely be felt. It's very punchy, especially for 3.5mm earbuds. At the same time, it doesn't really overpower the mids and highs either, so everything still sounds pretty well balanced. You get a good amount of detail and articulation, also with the treble. There's plenty of texture and details that you can notice within the sound that doesn't become fatiguing or tiring either. So I was able to wear these comfortably for hours and hours without needing to remove them from my ears, and they still felt quite comfortable, both in terms of the ergonomics and also in terms of the sound. So it was very pleasant, and again, I felt pretty well balanced on these. With that being said, if we are being extremely nitpicky compared to perhaps more expensive professional in-ear monitors, I would say that it could still pack a little bit more, maybe separation between the instruments. If you're listening to orchestral music, for example, being able to really clearly articulate between, say, a violin and a viola and other instruments which are being mixed and swirling around in the background, in terms of the detail, it is good, but again, that's where more expensive in-ear monitors may be able to produce even more crisp detail, especially in the mid-frequency sounds. Definitely something that's worth using if you are, again, listening to music for longer stretches of time, especially when you're sitting down. Ultimately though, these are not going to be quite as convenient as, say, wireless earbuds if you do just want something that's really casual and you're mostly worried about mobility, just because, again, these don't have any microphones for answering phone calls, and if you're moving around, the wire can still occasionally produce some noise just by jumping back and forth on your shirt or getting tangled up, even though it is a very durable wire. So it really is meant for close audio listening, like most in-ear monitors and these hi-fi earphones and headphones. So you can check out more details about these in the links down below. Overall, I would say it's definitely recommended if you're looking for in-ear monitors that pack, again, great bass, great comfort, and also a very distinctive and unique looking design with this transparent shell. The Metre MT3 should be worth your consideration. Be sure to learn more details in the links down below, but for now, that's been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. That's been the Metre by SIMGOT MT3.